Drake Foundation introduces transportation through travel. Suburban rail. Suburban rail is how it's spelled, with a hyphen. Now, right now we're along one of the lines that probably won't get permission to build for a while, because it's basically an underground line underneath a walking path in a park. Those 4 buildings over there, those 4 orange buildings, are mainly the only reason why it would exist. Because they're cut off from the rest of the community. It's really hard to get there from the community, from the town centers. I've always wanted to live in one of those, but even though it has a nice pool and nice interiors, it's still cut off, so I won't be living there. While we take this walk, I'm going to be passing by a few train stations on this path line for the Bronx River Path. But then we'll also be talking about some other lines. Like at the end of this video, I think if it ends at Crestwood, it'll be a major hub for trains to go between this line, the Brown lines, the Eastern Yonkers lines, the main line going to Columbus, Dale, Scarsdale, the Lincoln Avenue and the Fisher Avenue lines. And that basically about does it. Oh, and the Parkview Heights line, which would be very useful for me in the future when I need to get up that hill. Because you know how I'm always bringing my mother treats from places. That line will help with both that and the 546 bus. And you're probably wondering, why do I do that with her all the time? She's the second best mom anyone can have. Number 1 is Pine Paralyzed Mom. So, I think we've gotten past. This is the 4th station on this run. Actually, maybe this is the 4th, and the pool that's now closed for winter is going to be the 5th or 4th station we're passing by on this line. The Bronx River Path has a series of stations counting backwards to zero at the northern point called Z stations, where it goes like from Scarsdale to Bronxville in a series like Z1, Z2, Z3, and so on, until it gets like Z34 or Z35. But why am I starting with this line? Just because I'm in the park? There are a lot more lines that are coming in the future. Pretty soon I'll start receiving texts from the plan from my uncle, who now is going to be using my great-grandfather's business to start all this. He owns a car wash in Percy, PA. And no, I'm not going to be using Metro North's Harlem Line tracks or something like that. There's 2 tracks north of here, it's just too crowded. Even the Parkview Heights line is going to be 4 tracks. There's a few more stations left before we reach Crestwood. Yeah, we can see Crestwood Metro North from here. Yeah, they're so close together. And there's the main line, the Marldale line, the Midland line, the Main Street line, the Eastchester / Route 22 lines. What's that hunk of a train doing? The Eastchester line and its divisions to the east of there. The Western Division, which has the Central Park Avenue line. Actually, no, I think that's the Central Division, along with the Eastern Yonkers lines, the brown ones. The Eastern Division goes all the way to the Delaware River from east of Central Park Avenue. It crosses the New Tappan Zee Bridge Link. It goes on through Rockland and Orange counties. It even goes into Ulster and Sullivan counties. So we'll start small but grow big with these driverless trains and driverless buses, powered by flywheel energy storage, mostly. No fuel, just flywheel energy storage. Gyro. So, for example, a locomotive based off the EMD F40 would be the G40PH AC, or G40PH DC. Because of the G meaning gyro. Not to be confused with genset. So the 6-minute mark, and we're passing by the last station before we get to the next one, which is Crestwood. We've also split off from the main part of that rail line, and we've been, I think, at around 7 or 8 stations we walked throughout this video. I know it's crazy. So I like this park. Any wabbits? That's a squirrel. Another goal is, of course, something's just for me, because even with this happening, Pine Paralyze is not going to move to Westchester, because there's some other thing that's sticking in with Long Island. But I'm still going to have Pine Barrens here for me. And the grid-like pattern in development. Of course, development isn't just the stuff that most people like him would hate, taking away land. Instead, I don't do that. I add natural forests or parks for nature instead of take away. I'm going on to the underpass here at Mineola. Mineola. So we're about to reach a major hub. On most of these lines, there should be around like 14 trains per hour. Yeah, 14 trains per hour. Much like the subway. Maybe even more in some of the big stations like this one. Hicksville train. So right over there by the red brick buildings where the station will be. Above it. I love this road area. It'll be configured track-wise like Stamford in Connecticut. You can see all these roads, all these junctions here. It goes from there, go across there. You can connect to the Metro track at some point for like easy delivery of cars. And then that line, the lines are back there, including the brown Eastern Yonkers lines.